entertainment. It's the real to you, damn it. You support us your favorite. Talking AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, and all the greatest. Your top 5 dead or alive, the broader stages. Like WrestleMania, all in and all out. NXT takeover, what the business about. Putting fans in the stands and the millions at home. Like the Rock versus Stone Cold was stealing the show. Wrestle Fandom Radio and Disruption Network with Dippin' Donuts. ICW, we make fanatics flipping donuts. Every time we're live at local shows and it's a bonus. We're family friendly, all the growing ups and kids can donut. We're dedicated to bringing you all the top news. Ain't no dirt sheet, this ain't rhetoric, we do not snooze. No speculation, we're just bringing them facts. Ain't no storyline of fiction when I spit on these tracks. It's Wrestle Fandom Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. It's Wrestle Network, Wrestle Fandom.
Oh, this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this.
Oh, that. Look at that.
What's up, everybody?
Look at that.
Look at that beautiful piece of hardware you got.
That's true.
You know what? I figured if a baby can win it, so can I.
A baby won it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pinned Matic while he was sleeping once.
Oh, I
Pretty sure it was Matic.
I don't know.
I don't know. This belt's been around. It's seen some action. Just Incredible, Captain Nick Ando. It's crazy.
Matic.
Matic, a million. The 83-time 24/7 champion. But what's going on, everybody? It's Garrett, Todd, and Craig, UWE owner.
Yes.
It's Wrestle Fandom
How are
Radio
ya?
today. Sean, what's up? There he is in the comments.
Of course,
All
my
right.
boy Sean.
So
First to comment all the time.
Who I believe started the Let Garrett fight chant when we walked in the
he
setup
was
that
one
night.
of the many.
Yeah.
He was one. There was a lot of people chant. That was a popular chant.
I was thinking maybe you're going to have a spot in the Rumble. I was thinking, because there was like 4
there's
mystery ones. I'm like,
no
oh, it'd be
way.
awesome if he had a spot in the Rumble.
No, that's for actual wrestlers. That is not me.
Right.
Don't let him fool you. He's just being humble.
Right, yeah, he's being humble right now,
No.
yes.
What he's saying off the air the other day was like, I can't be in the Rumble because I would win. And
I did
no
not.
contest.
I said
Right.
nothing of the sort.
He was like, I would just throw all of them first in, done.
Get out,
you know,
out,
he's like,
throw
I
them
just
left
don't
and
want-
right,
I
yep.
don't want to do that to them. You know, I want to show that I'm just here for their support.
Yeah. So it was.
It was awesome. That whole
show was awesome, top to bottom. It was awesome.
Okay, we got to talk about just first absolutely everything. The show is about to start, and there's more people there than I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a big crowd, yeah.
It was
I've been going to
packed.
Kennedy Arena since all the way back for like 2 CW shows, and the show in which Tommy Dreamer was there and won the belt, there was more people at this show than there was at that.
Damn.
Okay, there was like maybe 300. There was probably about 300 people at that show.
Damn.
There was.
I think Mike said there was close to 6. Nearly 600 people there.
You know,
Because everything, all
there
the
was
seats
more-
were filled. There
There
were
was
people in the
more
bleachers.
seats.
Oh,
than
yeah,
I-
yep.
yes. There was more seats than I've ever seen.
It was a
and they
packed
were
house
all
for sure.
full. There was the benches; they were all full.
Yep.
And then there was people on both sides sitting in the
In the bleachers area, you had them sitting over there.
pure insanity.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. We might have to start having some more specialty matches because
Yeah,
I think that
Yeah, 'cause that went over huge, yeah.
I think the idea of, oh, you know what, we have a vacant title law. Let's do a whole 30-man rumble. I
Yep.
think that was absolutely genius. And look what happened.
Instead of like a regular battle royal or something or
I
whatever,
know.
do a
It
whole
was-
30-man rumble.
And
Perfect.
we'll get to the rumble, but first, obviously, we have to start with the student showcase from UWE,
Oh, definitely.
where we had the Stopper
My guys killed
Brothers,
it.
which is okay. I gotta ask. It's really weird.
Go ahead,
funny.
ask away.
Why did the Stomper brothers call each other cousin? You know
have
what?
no
You know
idea.
what?
I don't
On
ask.
second thought,
That's their thing. Let them.
on second thought, I don't want the answer. Let's move on.
Be honest with you, I don't even have the answer.
Yeah.
I can't
don't-
answer that.
Even if you
I
knew
don't
it,
have the answer to that.
I feel like an idiot for asking.
Yeah.
Let's not.
I don't know why they're cousins and they call each other brother.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's-
I mean, there might be a reason.
Yeah, there might be. You never know.
We don't want to go down that
Because I
rabbit
thought
hole.
about
Exactly.
it.
Let's not go down there.
Exactly. I thought about it for another second, and I was like,
I'm going to retract that.
they could be brother cousins, and you know what? I don't wanna
Exactly.
know.
They could be
Okay?
brother cousins. You never know.
So So we had them versus Lucha Drip.
Yep.
And I'm just going to say it. For students, obviously, you can see, obviously, working the nerves if you've never been in front of a crowd.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, 3 out of 4 of them was their first time in front of a crowd. Ty, this is the second time. He was in a Battle Royal a couple years ago in Rensselaer in New York. I can't remember the company, but it had, like, Drake Evans in it. I think he was, like, one of the guys, like, running it or whatever. But, I have 4 of my guys who were, like, in a Battle Royal, so, like, he already got the nerves out.
Right.
But the other guys, like, I was, like, backstage with them, like, how you guys feeling? They're all just sitting there, like, nervous as hell. Like, the Stomper brothers were, like, walking around pacing because they were nervous. So I was like, dude, it's going to happen. Like, it's your first time. Like, you've been training hard in front of nobody. Now all of a sudden, boom, you just got placed in literally in front of almost 600 people.
One of the biggest
crowds you could ever debut in front of.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And honestly, I personally, that's not, it's just the opinion of me, believe that both groups, might have gotten the biggest pop of the whole night.
I was honestly thinking the same thing.
I mean, there was some here and there, some unexpected, but
yeah,
the boos for the stuff, it just
like the crowd ate it up.
The crowd was ready.
Like I was like,
they were ready for the show.
Like I was worried that okay, like we're just students. There's gonna be no noise, silence or whatever. Like the second the Stompers came out, with Uncle Lenny did, like instant heat. I'm like, dude, I'm like the whole place boo. I'm like, okay.
Heavy boo.
Heavy boo. But it wasn't just like a boo here. There was a heavy boo. I'm like, okay, we're in.
They saw the ripped flannel and the shit stains on the shirt.
Yep, on the shirt or whatever.
Yeah. Like, heels.
Yeah. Like instantaneously, I'm like, okay. Yep. Like we got him.
And that was it. The Lucha Drip comes out.
They got the cheers, they got the big pop or whatever,
And that was.
I was like, okay.
That was it. It was off.
It was off and running. I'm like, okay, here we go. We got something now.
Yeah, no,
and
those.
I mean,
like I said, there was throughout the night.
I would say that was maybe a 4 or 5 minute.
About 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
They went about I think they were billed about 8 to 10 and went. That was like 6.5, 7, something around that line. So
they went.
But these guys, 6 weeks hard, trained their asses off for that match. Like, they were like full blown on. I'm like, don't worry about being like a WWE match. Or like, dude, it's a student showcase match. It's the first match. You're gonna have nerves. You're gonna screw up or something might not look right. But
they did it,
dude. Like the professionals, guys have been doing it for 40, 30, 40, 50 years. Still screw up.
Exactly.
So
you got guys that are like, I don't know, like you said, 20, 30 years cutting promos. They still forget stuff or whatever. It happens.
Yeah. You're not
like same thing with AEW. Like no company is perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody is perfect.
Stop that.
I'm sorry. I only had one coffee. I'm tired.
But no, that was.
But no, yeah, they were, to me they worked their asses off for 6 weeks at the training facility. Like we were like almost probably the last few weeks, like almost like the whole entire 2.5 hours we're doing it. Boom, just okay, we're running this, we're running. Like they were just spot after spot getting everything going. And to me, like watching it as a fan, like back at the table, like I was like, dude, like this.
Yeah.
Like every spot we went over, they hit it.
Yeah. Rizzy literally, I was worried he was going to smack his head on a rafter.
With the frog splash,
That's what I said to him afterwards. I was like, I thought you were going to get stuck up there, man.
Right.
Yeah. If he had gone through and gotten stuck in a rafter, I wouldn't have even been surprised. He went.
Oh, yeah, he launched it.
He launched it too. Yep, absolutely, yeah.
High.
Both,
and
they
the
were.
Crowd
ate it up. Yeah, the crowd ate it up. They popped hard for that too. And his lovely clothesline he took too. Crowd popped for that too.
Shit.
Scott Stomper clothesline the absolute shit.
He did too. And I told him too. I said
he just didn't move for a second.
Yeah, he just didn't move.
No,
he didn't.
And I told him, I was like, okay.
He's a big dude.
He's big. You're small. It's like you got to make him look strong.
Frankie Stomper's also.
So he did the whole flip thing. I was like, and I told him too. I was like, that's gonna get over. I was like, you're doing that flip, but doing the flip like I was like, you got to make him look strong. And it got over too.
Because it's the fact of he is a big guy and he took him out, but just that it's the wow factor of he just didn't JBL clothesline him and just lay him down basically.
He
absolutely
hated
him out.
Yeah, he took him out of the game. Yeah, absolutely. But they did everything we went over. The match went over well.
Oh yeah.
With the fans, I had people come up to me during intermission. Oh, you guys killed it. I was like, they only had.
First thing they came up and
And from what
Coffee Nuts here, and
from what Bobby said too, they said like everybody popped for that splash backstage. Like all the boys were watching on the monitor. He goes, dude, they went nuts backstage for that splash
because they were, it's seasoned guys that are excited, but when they don't know what's going to go on, when they see students doing that is
it's like, whoa, shit, okay, this is what these guys are doing. Like, whoa, okay.
You know why they could see it backstage? Because of us, because Wrestle Fandom Radio,
exactly.
Because Wrestle Fandom Radio
buy the merchandise,
will come to your show and set up gorilla position for you, which I'm told just doesn't happen down in the Indies, and we will do that.
Oh, so you guys did all? I didn't know you guys did all.
That is us.
Shit. Oh,
that is Wrestle Fandom Radio.
Okay.
So all the
pictures.
The pictures.
Oh yeah, obviously the pictures. I knew that. Yeah.
The pictures, the gorilla position, the videos.
Wow.
That's us.
Okay, cool.
That is.
I know I'm getting for my first show.
that is all us, right there.
And and it does.
Those are the services that we provide,
and it's nice too because
no curtain peeking.
That's the thing is, it sucks. Having to be, or if you kind of forget, you have something that's reminding you instead of, oh shit, now I got to round to the curtain. Yep. Or people do pay attention to things like that, and if they are seeing like 8 people like. What's going on
peeking through whatever, or trying to check it out or whatever.
It kind of ruins the whatever. They know something's going to happen. They know, shit's about to hit the fan. All these people are about to come out.
See.
Yeah. And since we've been doing that, it is rare.
Right.
That I see. And now people will do it if it's getting close to the spot they need to come out.
They'll peek through just to see or whatever to make sure.
It is rare we see people just standing at the curtain.
Oh, you mean like how we were peeking, like because we were waiting our devious plan?
But that was a little different because that was a devious plan.
That was a devious plan.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we go.
Right.
So then we had what was Fury versus Bobby second?
No,
I think that was third, wasn't it?
Third.
Was that third? Okay.
Damn it!
That was third.
Who was after the?
No, so that was Sarah and Rain and Garrett Holiday
Holiday.
That was
a
the second
great
match.
match.
That was a good match too. Yeah,
which was great. Obviously,
until the end.
Yeah. So Sarah and Rain couldn't pull his antics that he normally pulls with me. He couldn't pull those on Garrett Holiday, and Garrett Holiday still Northeast champ. However, at the end, Vince Valor came out.
Oh yeah,
and made a statement against.
He sure did.
Garrett Holiday, and now we've already got one match set.
Yep, that's the match set for the next show.
It's on June 3rd, right?
Yeah, June 3rd. Yep.
So June 3rd in Westmo. Okay.
Westmoreland Accelerated Sports Complex.
Yeah. No, I think it's the other one.
Isn't that what they call it? This Judd Road one? Isn't it Accelerated Sports?
Yeah, there's another one.
There's another one on Judd Road?
I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I didn't know that.
It's Elevate.
Or Elevate something or whatever, yeah.
Elevate, yeah.
Or Elevate, whatever the hell. I just called it the Judd Road. I just called it Judd Road Complex is what I call it.
It's not the one on Judd Road. It's the other one. It's
on. Like
I think
233.
It's by.
I was already looking up directions.
I think it's by the. Is it still called Gold Rush?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about. On 233 there, yeah.
If you follow Immortal on Facebook and stuff like that, there are.
I've had to be on 233 in a long time because I live on 5, so I use like 365 and 5 to get everywhere I need to go now.
Yeah, exactly,
So obviously, still the great match. I mean, Sarah and Rain.
That was a killer match.
It was a good match, yeah.
Feelings aside, okay, he's a very good wrestler, and then of course we have Garrett Holiday. So let's be honest, it was a great match. Both guys can get both very technical and and very what's the word I want to use? Slobber knocker ish. You know what I mean? They can duke it out. You know what I mean?
There you go. They can duke it out. Yep.
Especially Holiday.
Yeah.
Who ended up being the victim. Right.
Yep. So that'll be a killer match too in June.
Definitely. Yep.
And Holiday. And then Brute did come out, to try to save him the best he could.
Right.
But the damage had been done. But,
exactly,
You always got to remember Brute's there. And I think a lot of times people forget that. They go after Garrett, not remembering part of the hired gun,
Yeah.
And then,
the other half,
the other half, which is like a whole other person.
Yeah.
is Brute.
Yeah, 2/3 of.
And I mean, of course,
of hired guns is Brute Manslake.
And of course, you have Father Derek, too.
And Father Derek, okay.
Who I love him. He's just fantastic.
He really, it doesn't get much better than Father Derek.
So, that was, great match. And then, the Fury and Bobby
Okay.
Bates.
Oh, that was a great match.
So this was the first time that our Disruption Network
Hardcore Undisputed
Hardcore Championship
Yeah.
was put up for
Shorten this a little bit.
an actual match.
Right.
You know, which, makes sense when we had it here. So, like, if you create a title, I don't know if people know, it's like you have to create clauses around it. So if a non-wrestler is holding it, it's up 24/7, much like this. If a wrestler is holding it, it has to be defended in a real match. So here we go. We have these guys in a real match. Mm-hmm. And I like Fury. I respect Fury. But you have to give it, Bobby was absolutely crushing him.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Well, he was, obviously Fury got his in. He's no
absolutely.
slouch.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, but it all started off, though, Bates screwed him because he attacked him before the bell.
Oh, yeah, he attacked him way before the bell, yeah.
It's a hardcore match.
That is true.
So
it is a hardcore
still
match,
have to wait for the bell. So, I mean,
It's a hardcore match.
He didn't cheat, but he got shots in before, which did damage Fury. But in the end...
I mean, I think we're only just talking about a matter of timing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the bell rang, he was going to hit him the exact same way.
Oh,
But
sure,
he would have been paying attention. See, so he hit him with his base.
Do we know if that would have helped?
I don't know.
It's Bobby Bates.
It's true.
He's big. He is strong.
Yes.
He's faster than he looks.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So it looked like he was just about to get up, finish it off. Mm-hmm. Fury was down and out. And all of a sudden, Richie the Madman comes out of nowhere, blasts him with a chair when he's not looking, a couple times.
Twice, yep.
And then pulls Fury, who had no idea what was going on, over Bobby, and we have a brand new hardcore champion in Sergeant Fury. Now, and then Richie, helped up Fury, and we're like, oh, okay, maybe they're still cool with each other. And then, no, he hit Fury with his own bat and then made off with the bat. So I have videos from all ends of the fallout, which we're going to talk more about next week. We'll be airing all that. But that was pure insanity backstage. It was insanity. It was insanity in the ring. It was insanity backstage. It was just bonkers. So totally nuts.
I know we've already covered this championship you have.
Not really. We showed the video, the quick video, but not our devious plan.
Right, but I want to see the other video. Because
No, I don't want to show the other.
I don't care if you don't want to show.
Please don't make me show the other video.
You have to, because that's what, as he said, you got to give them what the people want, and you got to show it. I mean, you might have to show it 5, 6, 8, 10 times.
No. I don't even want to show it one time.
Zoomed in, freeze frame, that type. But show it. Just show it. People will love it.
Show it.
I was there, and I want to see it again. It's burned in my brain, but I still.
Why do you and Joe take pleasure in my pain?
It's amusing.
Fine.
Get it. That's right. That's right. Yes. Yes, Todd, how awesome does this look? Dude, are you kidding me? Can you just not right now change that? Please. I just want a moment. A moment? I'm proud of this. What do you mean? How are you proud of me? What do you mean? I'm tough. I'm up. I'm making you a man. He made you a man, Garrett. You're not soft anymore. I mean, I guess. Oh, Chris Andy, you were soft baby shit. I wouldn't say. No, and now you're more like Florida shit. Oh yeah, great. Come on. It's okay. Everything up. Are you kidding me? I gotta give the people what they want. Did you kick me again? No, you're okay, buddy. You're
You know what makes me really mad?
What?
He's kind of right.
Yeah.
Because he used to just straight knock me out with the kicks, mostly because I didn't see him coming. And there he kicked me twice. And this time I did not go unconscious. So I guess I'm not as soft as I used to be, which makes me really angry that he's right. I hate that. I hate the fact that Sarah Rain is right.
I enjoy it.
What? Why do you take pleasure in me getting kicked in the head so much?
Oh, man.
Because I like Saren Rain.
This is
just, I could tell that he's just like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to kick this guy.
like, this is technically, he's kicked me like 6 times because 2 of the times he's kicked me in the junk. Every other time he's kicked me in the junk.
It's 4 times.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
he kicked me in the head 4 times. He kicked me in the junk twice.
Yes.
That's 6 kicks altogether.
Yes. I mean, you know, at least he's smart, though, and he does bring you down to his level physically.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like the fact
at least
he's right about stuff.
Well,
like it.
I guess look at it this way. He could have taken the belt from you.
That is true.
He didn't.
That is true.
At least he was decent enough.
I also didn't go out. So maybe, I don't know. He did tell Joe to back off there. Joe backed off. He didn't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what his obsession with kicking me is.
It's because, you told him to go fight Brute.
I did not. I have video evidence of me telling him he should not go fight Brute Van Slyke, because who would want to fight Brute Van Slyke? And he blames it on me.
I think I think I enjoy it because it's hilarious, and because the first show I ever went to was the first time he kicked you. And it was just like a initiation for me to ICW is Garrett getting kicked by Saren.
So you're the problem.
I guess so.
You're fired. No. So I could stop getting kicked now.
What happened to Todd? We got rid of him because Saren Rain wouldn't stop kicking Garrett.
It's worth it to have. I'll take the kicks to keep you around, Todd. If that's what it takes to keep you around, I'll keep it. All right. So then we had the women's match, which I was, I tried to watch as much of it as I could. Obviously we're always busy in the back, but I even know there were people telling me that was one of the better matches they had seen. Obviously Kayla's matches are always good, but that was one of the better ones that they had seen, that Evie really brought it to her.
Oh yeah.
And yet still a champ.
Yeah. Over 400 days now.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I think she's at a Comic-Con this weekend at all.
She is. Yeah. They're running with King and I think
Chip maybe. I don't know if he's going to be there.
Yeah.
But I know she's going to be there in King and one or 2 other people. Oh, Teddy Long. I think.
Teddy Long's. Yeah. I was going to say when you were done talking. Yeah. Teddy Long's going to be there.
So if you're in the Albany area.
There you go. There's a plug right there if you're in the Albany area this weekend.
Yeah. Man.
Go to Comic-Con.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm going to run a commercial here, and then we're going to talk about the
Almighty Rumble.
The Rumble. All right, here we go.
Come visit 16 Stone with 2 locations, the original on Holland Patton and the second location in Utica, with handcrafted beer and seltzers, 50-cent wings on Wednesdays in the Utica location, wine and whiskey club every Wednesday. Check out their full brew pub menu on their website, Facebook, and Instagram. Protein shakes also available at the Utica location. Come visit 16 Stone.
Okay, so now we have the Rumble. The entire second half of that show was the Rumble,
which is pretty much
was
hour and a half almost.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty close to it.
Yeah, back on around 8:30. It was definitely after 9:30 when it ended.
Yeah.
It was probably push 10.
Yeah, I think it was close to like 9:45, 9:50, somewhere around that time when it ended, I believe.
Skyros is number 1. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, again, just talent after talent.
Oh, sure, yeah. Absolutely.
Who did he start with? Do you remember?
I don't. And usually I take a picture of the thing, but I was so busy this show, it was not even funny. I don't know what it was about this show that I was more busy than every other show, but it was pure insanity. Do you have that? You have the one. Wait, we got that one photo, right?
One photo.
Hold on. I know. Hold on. I think I got it here. The list of how everyone who came out.
Oh yeah.
On the back. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Hold on. We got it here. It's here somewhere. No, not that. Son of a. No, it's not loading. It won't load up. Anyways.
And I think it kind of, from the list that I might have went out of order. I don't, unless, well, did Shane go in second?
I think he did.
Okay. Yeah, because he was in there for a bit. Because that was, yeah, like you said, whatever. And this is what I was looking forward to. And, we didn't know,
Yeah, I'll tell you, you had Brute. At one point, Brute, cleared house with a chair.
Oh, yeah, yep. Like, everybody just scattered out of the ring after he got that chair.
Just swinging it.
But who did he sit down with? Was it
Skyros?
It was Skyros, yeah. Yep.
And then Adam Stone rolls in with a beer for them to all kind of share. And then, they just had a little barroom fight there. Just sit down.
Yep, sit down, have some beers, beat each other up in the chairs.
But I have to say, the one thing
Here we go, I got it.
The one thing I was hoping for.
Yeah, it was Shane.
Yeah. But it went out of order.
Mark Haas went in, or was in. I'll just go down, okay? And then we had Brute. Chris Jackson was there. Mark Aziel. Richie went in. Vince Valor. Vince Valor, who at one point got out and sat in the front row for a while, just watching everybody else go at it. Smart tactic.
Man. Oh, yeah.
Smart tactic.
All right. Blaze Haram got in there. Pat Sawyer. Just huge human being. That guy is just
that was a big
crazy.
dude.
Ben Hameen was in. Then Jacoby Riddick. Then we had Sergeant Fury. Corey Jackson was in there. Then we didn't think he was there. It showed up late. Chip Stetson went in.
Everybody
Shane
moved.
looked so angry that he was even there, and they just went.
That's what everybody had been waiting for months.
Just blah. They were just laying into each other. It was insane. So, and it didn't get resolved there.
No,
because obviously Shane didn't win, and who do you think he's blaming? Chip.
Oh yeah.
Yet again.
But you have to go back, though. I have to say, going back to Chris Jackson, did you see the photo he put up afterwards of his chest?
I did not.
Holy crap.
Oh, he got shot like crazy.
He got shot by
Holy
everybody.
Cow.
He got shot by, Skyros.
I saw him after the show, and he lifted up the shirt, and this little meat on his chest, just red.
Dude, and I was
like, how you feel? It goes, here. It was like, how do you think? I was like, oh, my God. Wow. His whole chest was beat to shit.
Yeah, so when he was in there with the first, 4 people or whatever, everybody was just taking chops
taking
on
turns, chop after chop.
So many. I want to say it was Skyros and Brute, I think.
They took turns, I believe.
But then they both did it at once. Mm-hmm. So at the same time, you have both of them.
That's just...
Yep.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, that was...
So
he took it like a champ, though.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
So Adam Stone was in.
Yep.
And then... Referee Sideburns.
Oh yeah, Sideburns.
He took a few chops too.
Yeah. I got a picture. I gotta still upload
when
a
he
lot
got
of the photos.
in there, he started with Ben because Ben, I know he's Ben, so he's always doing stuff to Wrestle, blah blah blah. So it was a chance for he probably was like, I'm going to represent all the refs and go out there and fight Ben.
Right.
I don't know if fighting Ben is ever a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
But I have to say, and I know you'll probably get there eventually, so I'm not trying to jump the gun. Karen Bam Bam, going after Ben at first.
I saw that entire thing.
Beating the hell out of him. I was like,
she beat the hell out of him. Yeah.
The irony of a woman throwing over Ben Hamin would have been just top notch.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
It didn't happen.
It didn't.
But
Yeah.
she beat the crap out of him, and holy crap was everyone cheering.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
She
were
was
going
just
nuts
laying
for
it
her,
into
yeah.
him.
Yep.
And the look on his face, you know, first when he sees her coming out, he has that, you know, that bin look of
How dare a woman
But
be in
when
this
she
Royal Rumble?
started
Yeah,
laying into him, the look changed so quickly to, holy shit, this woman is beating the hell out of him.
Yep, absolutely.
But no, yeah, unfortunately, no, she did not throw him. But man, she brought it to him. And
Oh, she did, yeah. She definitely
and
did, yeah.
She held her own in that like a damn champion.
She
Yeah.
did,
Like,
yep, absolutely.
She was just kicking ass and taking names, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was stellar.
She was ready to go for it, man.
Yeah.
It was, and good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then we had Ting and then Bobby Bates. So then Bobby Bates went down. I'm not even sure if he was in that for more than a few seconds because
Yeah, he wasn't in very long.
him and Fury.
Yeah, we're just continuing their fight
they
from earlier in the
continued
night.
Their fight. They were both. Then suddenly they were both out.
Yep.
And they were just going.
Beating the hell out of each other.
Fury threw Bobby out and then eliminated himself.
Oh, yeah, to go.
to
Oh,
keep
yeah, that's right. To
fighting
go,
Bobby.
yeah, just to keep
Fighting.
fighting Bobby. Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
Fury just was like and jumped over the top rope and just went after Bates again. So yeah, he kind of took himself out. But
Maybe
that
we see.
just shows
Maybe we
the
see a
passion
rematch
for
June
Fury.
3rd. Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
You know. So then, what else do we have? So then we got Karen after that. Then Brandon Lee. Then Axel Lennox. Stevie McKenzie from back in the day. That dude's just great.
Oh yeah.
So he was. So he came out. That Red came out. Then we had Cloudy. Cadillac Jones made a return. We haven't seen him in forever. Then we had ISIS Effects. I mean, it's ISIS. You know, I mean, the guy's a multi-time champion. He's ISIS.
Yeah.
He's great.
Not that group, just the dude.
The dude ISIS Effects. Not that group.
I mean, Ben's there, so you never know. But you know,
Right? Yeah.
Then Adam Kane was out. Then Captain Nick Ando as well came back. That was just crazy to see him back at Kennedy Arena. Then Matic went out.
Yep.
And when we saw Matic getting ready, that's when we were like,
that's when the plan started.
Matic is going out. I wonder if we can make something happen. And he went out, and
At least he made it to the venue.
Nick Ando.
Apparently, he had trouble.
Yeah.
Nick Ando pins him, and he becomes the 24/7 champ. Then he eliminates Matic. Matic's out of the Rumble. I mean, maybe after a minute. And then he slides back in, gets the belt back from Nick Ando, right? And then that was our opportunity. Because he thought he was clear. He thought he was just going to walk away and show off to Ando that he got the belt back. And that is when we struck.
Here comes Wrestle Fandom Radio.
And we all ran out. I rolled him up, and
1, 2, 3. There you go.
new 24/7 champ. I can't believe I got out of there with it. I mean, I had to have them by my side the whole time. I mean, even after getting kicked in the head, I'm surprised I got out of there with it. You know, it's usually a giant, you know, cluster
But I have to.
around that. But, you know, I guess I got to keep my head on a swivel now. That's what.
Oh, sure,
That's
yeah.
what, you know, I mean, that's what Matic used to say about it. So
Yeah. And speaking of Matic, you got to give that guy credit. That was his third event of the day.
He wrestled in Pennsylvania
And then
at
out near
3 o'clock.
Rochester, right?
And then Lions Falls.
Yep.
He had a match at 7 o'clock.
And then he
Still
made it
came
there.
and made it
And
to
then
the
he
Rumble.
was and then he was number 30 in the Rumble.
Yeah, and he was there at like 8:30. It was so
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that's
He
a
showed up at 8:45,
huge
ready to go.
props and respect to him.
oh,
ready
definitely.
to
Yeah, hitting
do it.
those
Yeah,
locations
ready
and
to-
still making it. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because most guys have been like, I got 2 events planned. Sorry, you're the last one. I can't make that.
Right.
And that dude,
Just said the hell
Cleared,
that I'm
just
going
jumped
anyway.
through.
Yeah.
That's probably why I got out of the building with this. He was probably
he's
tired.
always proud.
Oh yeah, you know he's tired. 2 shows
I think
before
he
that.
was tired. So
Did you see the couple of videos of him showing up? Like he showed up at the first place.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm here. And they're like, no, it's not.
Like, no, it's not immortal.
Not
Wrong show.
Immortal.
He's like, oh.
But no, overall, man, that was
Steve, he did drive in his Alpha. He did not change, not once.
no.
Nope.
Yeah,
He got in his car, took off,
Yep.
Went to Lions Falls. I forgot how many hours of driving he said it was.
Well, even Fury did a race, I think.
Yeah, he did like an Ironman race.
Yeah, like down near, like, I think Pennsylvania, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Or that area vicinity. And then, did a crazy, like, Ironman race. And then drove and made it
Had a
up
hardcore
there.
match.
Had a hardcore
Yeah,
match.
had a hardcore
and
match
in the
after that.
Rumble.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, and the Rumble.
You know, he's, kicking ass and taking names too, man.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna run another commercial here, and then we'll get back to some other stuff here.
Do you need some screen printing done? How about some vinyl work? Don't worry, we got you covered. Head on down to Seasonal Sports on University Boulevard in Whitesboro for all your vinyl and screen printing needs. Seasonal Sports, University Boulevard, Whitesboro.
So now we talk about everybody getting in, right? But what happened at the end was just crazy. Because
I was not expecting that at all.
because I thought this Skyros is going to pull.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, he's gonna win it.
He's tough. He's beefed up. He's gonna outlast everybody. And what happens?
Good old
It ends
fireball.
up being him and Ben at the end, and he catches a fireball
Fireball to the face.
to the face.
because he's on the apron.
Just pure insanity. And
Yep.
now we have a new champion in Ben Hamid. I can't believe it.
That's his
Ben
third
Hamid.
championship belt that he has right now that he holds. Currently holds.
Yeah. So it's
Man holds 3 titles.
He's got 3 titles right now. 2 of them in ICW.
Yep.
And he's also the first
Canadian
person
champion is
to-
what he is to the other
hold
belt.
every championship
Yeah.
they've had.
Yeah.
That ICW has.
And he's also our trainer.
So
On top of that, so he's got a lot going for him.
So let's see what him and Blaze Haram had to say.
It's a great day. It's a great day it is. See, I, unfortunately, didn't win the Road to Immortality Rumble, but it doesn't matter because the team wins regardless because the Saladin Ben Hamid is your new Immortal Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Tell him, big guy.
Yo, Lord, praise the Immortal One, because I am no less than a god in your eyes, infidels. And it was all too easy to turn up the heat on you, Mike the Skyros. And I hope your eyebrows grow back, but I don't think they will. So anyone out there who wants a piece of the Sons of Allah, whether it's a heavyweight contender, tag team championship contender, no one will defeat us because Muhammad has blessed us with a title reign that will last until the end of time. It's Blaze Haram, it's Bin Hamid, and there's no one on this infidel planet that can ever take the gold away from us. Ya Allah.
Sons of Allah, House Assad, Conspiracy Horsemen, whatever you want to call it. We're on the top of the food chain once again. Ain't nobody, and I mean nobody, is gonna stop us. Now that's
Ya Allah, Ya Muhammad, Ya Amin.
Hey champ, before we go, yes, we gotta check with the 72 sluts we got out in the back.
Yes,
Party
it's time
tonight,
to get
baby.
our party out. Who's got the Cialis? Ya Allah!
Oh yeah, Blue Boy in the house.
So yeah,
That's what they were going to go give those sluts.
Yeah. So they went and got the Cialis, and they
Cialis, yep. Yeah, Cialis,
Oh,
yep.
man.
and they went and handled their business and everything. So then I also obviously, after he was done being tended to, caught up with Skyros, who didn't even want to take the towel off of his head. So here's what he had to say.
Ben, I hope you understand the position you put yourself in now. That heavyweight title has brought me more bullshit. You can fucking censor me if you want, I don't care. Has brought me more bullshit from you, from everyone in that locker room trying to stab me in the back, trying to undercut me, trying to claw their way to the top. Now all of that is on your shoulders. I hope you know what you signed up for. Because whether it's me, whether it's one of my boys, whether it's someone else down the line, you're gonna get yours. And I'll be there to say I told you so.
So yeah, Skyros is rightfully so pissed.
Mm-hmm.
He is he's letting Ben have that target on his back now, and that's.
And he put it on his social media that was his last.
Yeah, it was his last ICW match. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully he comes back down the road. That'd be nice because it's Mike Skyros and he's awesome. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so that was that show. We got Ben Hameen is the new ICW champion, and he's the tag champion. It's just
it's insane.
It's crazy right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's totally crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In ICW right now. So
now
we'll
the
see,
question
we'll
is.
see what.
Question is the
June
next
3rd.
one? Yeah, is it going to be him defending the title, him and Blaze defending the tag team titles?
Or is he going to wrestle twice?
Nothing happening with
There's
them.
nothing. Yeah.
You know?
Or is he going to wrestle twice in one night?
Yeah,
Defend the
is he
tag
gonna
titles
wrestle?
and defend the heavyweight title in the same night.
Yeah. We have
So that's gonna be
no idea. It's just the pure insanity.
Sure.
So I don't know. You guys want to talk about anything with the draft?
The draft happened. People went from here to there, and vice versa.
Right.
Some people from NXT came up, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
sorry.
basically.
It's just not an amusing thing to me. It's just really, you know what? If you just put out a list in the middle of the week and said, hey, these people are going over here and people are going over here, I really don't think anybody would care differently.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you wasted TV time. I know you brought out people, okay, cool, here's Rob Van Dam, here's
Teddy Long, JBL, Molly Holly, some other legends or whatever,
here's
stuff
some
like that.
people,
Yeah.
But again, why? Why did you need to bring those people out? What do they have to do with anything anymore?
Right.
Right.
You know, I mean, Rob Van Dam's cool.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Especially once I found out he was a huge stoner, I'm like, I like you a little bit more.
Right.
I liked you, but now I like you a little bit more. But yeah, it was just kind of, all right, well, let's see what goes on from here. Because to me, at this point in time, I'm not excited about WWE anymore.
Right.
Because Vince is back pulling his shit again.
Right.
If this happened a few months ago, it might be another story, because it wasn't Vince getting his hands back in the pot. It wasn't Vince pulling his shit, pulling matches, making people look like idiots.
Pulling segments or whatever,
honestly,
even too.
That whole, I felt bad for Seth Rollins on that Raw.
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
went out there, and basically all he went out there for was people to sing his music, and
then that was
left.
it. Yeah, and he just left.
Because Vince pulled the segment. That if it was months ago, I think I could get behind it a little bit more. But right now, I don't feel I just don't feel that Triple H really has full control. And I think that Vince is going to control it more, and he's going to bury the people that he fired before because he obviously didn't like them in the first place.
Right.
And that sucks because not that I was like, yeah, hit row, but like they're good wrestlers, but already done, already buried. Haven't seen them on.
Yeah, exactly.
I only watch on like Hulu now, but I haven't seen them on in a while.
Probably been maybe a month or two. I think it's been the last time.
Yeah, they did.
They've been on TV.
They were part of the draft, but they haven't. Wyatt's still out, but I did see that Road Dogg in an interview said that they have hired
a new person, new writer
just
for Bray. Yep.
So he's coming back.
Does he need a writer just for him? Doesn't he come up with all his own stuff?
That's what I thought so too. I thought he came up with all his own stuff. Yeah.
I know Bliss is supposed to come back. She wasn't part of it. I know she went out for some kind of skin cancer surgery.
Yeah, she had like some skin cancer surgery or something she had to get done.
But people are thinking that they're going to bring them back at both the same time, which I'm cool with. I liked her character as a dark character with Bray.
Right.
He's already said the Fiend is dead. That'll never happen again.
Exactly. Yep.
So if they brought those two back at the same time, I would be cool with that. Mm-hmm. The problem is, and as we've all discussed before, is, what are you going to do with everything else? You dragged out Uncle Howdy so long, and then it all just stopped because Bray got sick or whatever happened with him. Can you rehash that? Or are people so over that you squandered a great opportunity and dragged it on for way too long?
Right.
And now you can bring Bray back because he is a great character. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
He is a draw. But where are you going to storyline him?
Right. Like, where do you go from here?
And,
I get what you're saying.
You can't run backwards and be like, we'll put him against LA Knight again or finish that match with Lashley.
Yeah.
You destroyed those. You can't touch those. Those guys have to go on there, whatever. So that's also the hard part. Well, what are you going to do? You can't put him against Roman because
to me, it's so simple. You have Undertaker on a lifetime contract. Have him sitting on the old throne calling shots out to the darker characters. It's super simple.
Right.
But
him, You have him as the head wrestler. It's that simple. It's like he's Taker's the figurehead. He's like the head wrestler, and then you have Alexa Bliss, you have Dexter Lumis, and then you throw in some people that you might even like not expect.
Right.
Some other people you can get in there, like maybe like let Braun and Ricochet run their course, or bring both of them into it. How cool would it to see him take more dark, Braun take the dark turn back, but then to see Ricochet take a darker turn. He's always just been
he's always been a good guy.
The hey, what's up, high flyer? How you doing? Type guy.
I was watching SmackDown from the other night, and it was Braun and Ricochet versus.
Oh yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
It might have been. The
Shoot,
Viking Raiders, I think.
Yeah, I think that's who it was. Yeah.
He said something. He was going to throw him again.
He goes, no.
Everyone's like, no.
He's like,
No, don't throw me. Because obviously the week before he screwed that whole thing up. Yeah.
He had a concussion. Braun did.
Yeah.
So Stu doesn't think that WWE can do spooky well. I mean, I'm with that, especially after they did that Undertaker AJ Styles match. And
right.
God. But
Well,
I also
I
hate cinematic matches. So.
Coming
During the pandemic, you really didn't have a choice back then. You had to do something to.
But coming from the other side,
curve all
too,
this
you
stuff.
got to look at Taker and say, the dude's done enough for the WWE. Let him live his life.
Oh sure, yeah.
Even if he wasn't wrestling, you got those guys when they were wrestling. That was we're on the road for 300 days a year.
Right.
A lot of those dudes lost so much time for themselves and family, and it's just like, I get where you're coming from, but I don't.
But
think
he wouldn't need to be there. He wouldn't need to be there all the time, anyways. You know what I mean? You pull the whole higher power thing again.
Right, but
then
you're also kind of rehashing things like the laptop in a way where no one was there, and that got old quick.
Right.
The nice part about Judgment Day was when Edge created it, he was still doing it.
Right.
See, that's so like
the spooky cool thing that you could do with Undertaker is like, because there's always monitors around. So if they were to just have it, let's say you write out everything for like months, and you have Taker show up at like 1 or 2 shows, and then you have the character standing there, and all of a sudden a monitor that's off turns on, and he looks at a certain direction, like he can see them through the monitor, and tells them what to do, and then they go and do it. And he does he can do that all in one day. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And then you have something spooky done well, something cool done well, and it's like, no, Undertaker's going to talk to you through the monitor, and we're going to set it up down. We set it up and react to it down the road,
right?
Because we've written everything that we're going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go take them out. Go get those belts.
But who would the focus be on, though? That's the problem, too. Would it? Or would people be all about it because The Undertaker was involved?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But it's everything. It's everything all together.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get more people to care, because if you get people who no longer care about anything that has to do with Bray because of how bad everything just got messed up. Like, think about how bad it's like he had when he was the Fiend, and then he had the belt. How bad they messed up.
Oh yeah,
like how he had it, how he lost it. It's like, again, it's when you're so in depth in a certain character, you kind of lose the ability to need a title.
Yeah,
and he's so heavily dripped in character that he doesn't seem to need it.
Or have somebody doing it, but have somebody not expect it. Have somebody controlling them, but you don't know who it is. But
that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah,
turn it out to be like nobody you would have ever expected.
You find out it's the Undertaker.
No, the Undertaker, you would expect that.
You know what I mean?
Death Man, Dark Man.
Yeah.
Find somebody that was like always the good guy, always the
Cena.
One. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Cena.
Holy crap! Right there, because nobody
would expect it.
Nobody would see that coming.
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah.
You have the silhouette, and you have the of Undertaker's gear and everything, but you only have that. But then it turns out to be Cena.
Yeah.
How great would that be?
Basically, Brock already stole the Undertaker's gear.
I know what he's rocking now. I was like, what the hell?
He kind of did a little bit, yeah.
Was that the guy from the Jeepers Creepers, the creeper there? The outfit he's kind of wearing. Somebody compared him to that, too.
And you know what?
Complex said to find out it's Hornswoggle.
That would be something like that. That's what I mean. If you have it like the Taker, I get where you're coming from, but it's too predictable.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You got to have the unpredictability of it.
Absolutely,
look at look at how much WrestleMania exploded when the Hardys came back. Nobody knew.
Jeez.
The day before, one of them did an interview, and they asked them, "Hey, are you blah blah blah?" And I think it was Jeff. He was like, "Oh, you have to do so much stuff and train and blah 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 to get whatever
right.
this and that." The next day,
boom, there they are.
Whatever, and boom, like. The surprises, as we've talked before with Royal Rumble and this and that, that is what always made the WWE interesting.
Right.
It's because they would pull out these surprises that you weren't expecting so-and-so to be doing this, or this person to turn, or this person to, like I said, I don't think anybody ever thought the Hardys were going to fucking roll out at WrestleMania that year. Ever.
Right.
Period. That place.
Yeah, because they just did Ring of Honor like the night before or whatever. Yeah.
That's when they finished their contract or whatever. And that was what always was cool about WWE back in the day was the surprises. If you bring that back, you get that back again.
I feel like if Triple H did have full creative, that's when you would see it. Each year you would see one good big surprise in the Rumble, and then Monday after Raw the Raw after
Mania,
would be amazing again.
Yeah.
It used to be the best one. Now
because
the last 5 years it has sucked.
He was
especially this year. So I was like, oh my, not one surprise. I'm like, this is terrible.
But Triple H was part of that era, so he. To be backstage and in Gorilla and whatever and hearing the crowd and whatever is one thing, but to be in the ring and being like, hey, I know that, Scott Hall's going to come out in, number, 12, but nobody else knows this.
Exactly, yeah.
You're in that ring, you see that, you hear the crowd. So those wrestlers are the ones that know it the best and know that the surprises, when the Dudleys came back,
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, holy cow.
Whatever on that Raw.
That Raw after SummerSlam,
that was, no one. I shit myself. I was like, when those things went off, I was like, no.
Yeah, no, I was like, what the hell?
There's no way.
The pyro, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Now,
so the Tron came up, Dudley Boys, I'm like, oh,
the greatest Royal Rumble entrant ever, Edge returning from.
Oh, yeah, no one ever expected that.
From the neck. After the neck fusion surgery, it's just like, dude, what? Everyone lost it.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping for to be honest with you, and because I don't know the timeline with his recovery.
9 years, I think he was out 9 years.
Oh no, Big E.
Big E,
because he's been out for like a year now.
Yes, he has been a little over a year,
Which obviously, that's an injury that you got to make sure 100%.
Oh, sure. Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Top of the line to go back from. But man, I miss him. Woods and Woods and Kofi are great, and they're keeping that whole thing alive, and they've done fantastic with it.
Oh, sure. It's almost 10 years now.
Oh yeah,
they've been doing it.
Do you think if he comes back, the best move would be to come out to celebrate with them and then just crush them.
And then just turn them.
And then just
leave them as like the New Day.
And then
just have him be on his own, as a heel,
crush Woods and Kofi.
Yeah. Because again,
no one would expect that. Yeah, absolutely.
And it just came to me. I'm like, do you think it's like, oh man, he's back, and then boom.
And I do love all three of them as the New Day. When they started as the New Day was terrible.
Oh sure, yeah.
Because it was like the
preaching stuff. People were shitting on him left and right. And then,
but what they turned into and became, Xavier with the damn trombone. I mean,
the cereal, all the merch, and all the other stuff, and the crowd started cheering them, and they got over. And
exactly, Complex. It would be insane. No one would expect it, and that's why it'd be awesome.
That would be, yeah.
And it's also why hire me as a writer.
Yeah,
because I will throw a million ideas at you inside 5 minutes. But we can do this, or we can do this.
Right.
We should try this.
But would you not? Now, all joking aside and all bullshit aside, knowing that business to a degree and that company to a degree,
right?
Would you really want to be a writer for them? Because you can sit there and have all those ideas, and in a second, Vince can be like,
"Nope, I don't like it.
No. You have 20 minutes to rewrite 2 hours worth of segments. Go."
Right. That's pretty much how it is.
I don't like a lot of stress like that.
I actually work well under pressure, believe it or not. So I could rewrite it I 100% I could rewrite it fast.
See, I wouldn't. I would be pissed if I took a lot of time out being like,
Right.
this is perfect. This will be great for that. Da da da. And then you're getting ready to go, and then have
someone's
that
like, no.
mustachioed
Yep.
ass hat be like, nope.
Yeah, which I'm hoping they actually let the parent company, especially because he doesn't own it anymore.
No, but he is executive chair.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the executive chair, but yeah.
So like they should be letting him not, or he should not have.
First
a
of
hand
all,
in it.
he just needs the mustache. It's just he needs to get rid of it. You're not
Yeah.
some
I don't know what he did.
villain like you.
Looks like a
you
movie
don't-
villain with that
it's
stash. Yeah.
terrible.
The dyed hair and the stash. Yeah, yep.
You know what? You want to dye your hair, cool, whatever, man. But
Right.
the
The
mustache,
mustache is terrible.
Just terrible. But yeah, so we'll see. You know what? It's there are still some free agents.
Yeah.
Roaming around.
NXT guys too. I guess a couple of them are free agents now too.
Yeah.
So, but going back to Dexter thing, I heard that because now Indy
They're all on Raw now,
Hartwell
yeah.
is up on Raw, and they all are, that there was
There's they're gonna be doing like the way, I guess, or something like that again.
what
That's right.
they
I heard
were
about
in
that. Yeah.
NXT is what they're gonna
Obviously,
about
minus
that,
Austin
yeah.
Theory, because Austin was part of it too
Yeah.
in NXT, so he's out on SmackDown now.
Yeah, so that's what I've heard about that whole thing. But I don't know what's going on with Indy. She was wearing a damn boot.
She has a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sprained it during the
did,
triple threat match last week.
Yeah, so she'll be.
So I guess at the end of NXT,
Yeah, she
it was
relinquished
just-
the belt. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it was just a free for all.
Oh yeah, all the women came out and started beating the hell out of each other. Yeah, yeah.
And she was carried off by Dexter.
Right.
Which was awesome. Because did you see it?
Yeah, he just popped
He
up.
slid
He just like
out.
slid right out on the ring. He's like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
I love Dexter Loomis, dude.
I think his character is
don't-
great, yeah.
I don't know what they're.
I mean,
why
you
they're
work
not
for a
doing
billion-dollar
anything.
company, and your character's like, okay, you're never, ever once gonna talk.
And
Okay.
It's like,
Okay.
okay, sure, I could do that.
I wonder what his
draw
voice sounds like.
phenomenally.
Right.
I
think he spoke once when him and Indy got married in NXT when he said, I do. That was it.
Yeah.
I've never heard that man speak ever again after that.
And see, that's frustrating because you never know. I mean,
Right.
You
like
sound like Mike Tyson.
yeah, or like even like Brock. Like Brock,
Sound like Bobby Lashley,
Brock
too.
doesn't have a voice that fits
His body, yeah.
Brock.
Right.
And I think that's
Same way when I first heard Lashley's voice, too. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lashley
Like,
doesn't
what?
sound like he should.
Yeah.
No, there's a few people you're like, oh, they never really talk, and you hear them, you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, yeah.
And growing up, man, Kane was, man.
Oh, yeah, with the little voice gimmick.
You're one to talk with the voice over here. Okay?
Hey, man,
but not how
my
sounding.
voice fits my fat ass.
He's like all this sexiness in this voice.
I got the old face for radio going on. Some people don't. I'll say that to people, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, that's so mean." I'm like, "It's a joke. Like
It's a joke.
Exactly.
It's the
It's
joke.
like a
You got a
joke.
face
What
for radio, and it's like, yeah. People are like, what? I'm like, because you don't see. Because most people that have good voices aren't the best looking people in the
Yeah.
world.
The coolest voices don't normally belong.
Yeah, to like
At least with guys,
Yeah.
that's more.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more. It's like this person has the coolest voice you've ever heard, and you see him, and you're like, that's why. That's okay.
look at almost like any
All right.
voiceover person. You're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I never envisioned that person to look like that.
Yeah, the biggest people, like not people who are normal actors, like Will Friedle, who then became more of a voice
But
actor.
like Billy West, John
Yeah,
DiMaggio,
exactly.
Frank
It's like,
Welker,
yeah.
like all those guys, you see them. Rob Paulson,
Yeah.
that's like
Exactly.
it's just you see these guys and you're like, first of all, you are my childhood.
Yeah,
Rob Paulson was, Donatello in the original Ninja Turtles.
Right.
He was Pinky and Pinky and the Brain. He was one of Yakko.
so he's my hero.
Yeah, he was
Because-
one of the
just because he was
Animaniacs.
old school
He was-
Donnie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then he was new school like Leo or something.
He was, yeah.
So the
Right.
dude's been, he was in the video game they just did. Like they did the whole original whatever. But yeah, a lot of those guys, you're like, man, I never would have, which is cool to me because that means you can be famous as hell and nobody knows who you are.
Right.
Exactly. 'cause
Until
they
the
just-
internet came along, everybody like,
Yeah, and I can
oh,
just
You
Google
get it-
everybody
you
and who
get
does
it more
this and
now,
who
but
does
they
that or
probably still
whatever.
don't get it
Yeah.
as much as you probably think. So.
No,
Right.
Especially, like John DiMaggio. Like you look at you like I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
That you are all these people.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah. Billy West, man. Ren.
Right.
Original. Old school. He was the Red M&M. He's just like, dude, your resume.
Yeah.
Tom Kenny.
Right.
I didn't even know that up until recently. Tom Kenny was Heifer in Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh,
Same
right.
guy does SpongeBob.
Yep.
And that too, you see the range.
Right. Yeah.
of people that are like,
how do you do that?
but you know,
Sometimes if you know and then you listen enough, you can hear it. You're like, oh, I hear it.
that's how I picked up, as stupid as it was, on Billy West playing the Red M&M. He said something that sounded like Fry.
And you said, yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. I was like, that sounded just like. That's why I started watching Adventure Time. I landed on it, and I'm like, man, that sounds like Bender.
It's like if you watch the old Ghostbusters cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear, like, when an extra character is there, someone who is just there for that. You can tell.
Yeah.
When it's one of the main actors doing a different voice, you'll hear like a tone, and you're like, that's the dude that does Egon.
Yeah.
Just doing a different voice. That's the dude who does Ray, just doing a different voice.
Because for a while, I think it was Frank Welker that used to do Peter's voice, and then he left, and Dave Coulier took it over.
Welker's was way better.
Fun fact about Ghostbusters cartoon, Ernie Hudson actually wanted to be the voice of Winston,
right?
And they were like, you don't sound like Winston, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, like what?
Yeah.
I've learned more about him and how he was not very well received on the set and a lot of...
Which is bullshit.
It is, yeah, it is
because
bullshit.
When I
phenomenal actor.
Because,
certainly, yeah.
It's like,
phenomenal
it came
actor.
out when I was 1. So, like, I literally grew up with that movie my whole life. To me, the Ghostbusters don't feel set until he walks in the door.
Oh, sure, yeah.
In the original script, he was in like page 1, and then when the studio went through, and he ended up in page like 30.
Well, once it wasn't going to be Eddie Murphy anymore.
Yeah.
Then it was just like, oh, let's bring on another guy. But to me, it's not complete until he walks in the door and there's 4 of them.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
It's not.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It's just.
But now the funny part is now he's the forefront kind of the new movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which I love that they decide. Okay, so now like Ray just owns his store.
Yep. Still, yeah.
That Winston pays
he
the
went
rent
back
for.
to
right.
Yeah, and Winston is a freaking billionaire.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the working class guy.
Like, this is what I've been doing for the past 35 years or whatever. Now I'm a billionaire.
I know we're off course here, but it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly. It's Ghostbusters.
Ended up getting everything, doing all the work, getting everything he needed, and ended up becoming like a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. He's bankrolling he bankrolls everybody else.
Yep.
And I love seeing him in the new movie too. Like seeing them all at the end there. That was awesome.
And he kind of dropped a thing at an interview the other day. He was like, "Oh yeah, they were talking about the new movie," and he was like, "Oh yeah, it was really great working, with Danny and Bill and Annie again." And I'm like, "So did you just blatantly confirm that you're all going to be back?"
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's back in New York City. It's back
they
at
have
the
to.
Firehouse.
If they're all back,
it's got to be. Yeah, you got to have Andy again. Yep.
But it has to be like they did before. They can't be the focus.
They can't be the focus. I don't think they would be
in the background. Be the guys that show up for one or two scenes, something like that. Except for like Ernie Hudson,
right?
But the rest of them, and actually, McKenna Grace put on like TikTok the other day, like her whatever, and then her dressed back up as Phoebe again.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, this whole thing is rolling, and you're rolling it in the right direction, and that is coming.
What's his name? Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yep,
he had an overcoat over it.
Oh yeah,
he had
the suit on. Yep.
Suit on, and I was like, okay, I didn't know I could get that erect, but okay.
I mean, it's just going to be, and I'm very touchy about that movie because it is hands down my favorite movie. So now this is going to be taken all sorts the wrong way. I hated the women's one, and it was only for the fact of it wasn't the same universe.
Oh, sure,
and the jokes were really bad. I have nothing against that it was women or them because they are great actors. But the jokes were forced. It was terrible. They were bringing in stuff. It's not in the same universe, but here's a Stay Puft float. Here's Slimer. Like
everything felt forced about it because it felt like they made it with 4 women because the first one was made with 4 guys.
Yeah, so they had to go that direction with 4 women or whatever. Yeah,
35 years ago, it felt like that. It's like it didn't feel.
And the cameos
even made organic.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Bill Murray was killed in like 2 minutes. Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, that was actually funny.
Dan Aykroyd.
I thought that was funny.
A line for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was in it in the credits.
Yeah.
Annie Potts was like worked at a hotel and just had the attitude she had. Ghostbusters, what do you want? Just picked up the phone like that. And then Ernie Hudson was at the end because that was what's-her-face's uncle that gave them the hearse.
Right.
You know, it was just the dumb. Oh, and they had a bust of Ramis.
Right.
Harold, but it was just. And then when they put out the trilogy, Paul Feig, or whatever his name is, lost his gourd because they didn't include his movie.
Right.
So they put in here's a digital
here's a
download. We're not even going to give you a physical copy of it because it was terrible.
Relax. Here's a digi.
Right, here's a digital copy. There you go.
So yeah, the new one's going to be great, and I'm looking.
Oh yeah,
forward to
definitely.
it, and it's going to be fantastic.
So Craig,
Yes.
do you want me to run your thing here, or do you just want to live plug everything, man? Talk about your school.
I mean, you can run it if you want to as well too, and I could just plug it to the fact that, like, I just announced that we're going forward. We're going to start doing birthday parties.
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
That's huge.
That was actually Ben's idea. He's like, "Oh, I think we can, get some kids in here, have some birthday parties." I'm like, never thought of that.
Yeah, they get to watch some matches. Right?
Yeah, we're thinking we'll do because I just got internet and everything set up at the building, so they could watch an hour or two of wrestling, get a chance to get in the ring, roll around or whatever, watch a couple of student matches or whatever, stuff like that. We provide the cake, stuff like that too.
That's awesome.
Or whatever. So yeah, I had flyers or whatever set up on Saturday for it or whatever, stuff like that.
All I
so
thought
yeah,
as a kid was either a bowling alley or a roller rink. I would rather have a damn.
Because somebody asked me, they're like, "Oh, is it going to be at the school?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to be right there at the school." It's like, we're not going to do a wrestling themed location, somewhere or whatever. You're going to come right to the school where everything happens, and boom, the party's going to be right there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we're going to start doing that. So yeah, birthday parties.
Yeah,
check us out.
Yeah, hit up UWE in Oneida.
Hit up UWE in Oneida.
That's going to be great. So yeah, and then obviously the same.
And obviously, if you look at
the same old, you want to be a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
You want to be a manager.
Referee. We do all that. Yeah.
All of them. You want to get into the business.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the place to go.
It's not just for wrestlers. So if you're like me, who I'm like, I would die if I got hit by one of those kids, which I probably would.
Right.
And you're like, hey, but I have, I can speak well. I like the acting of it. I like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You can go there. Or if you're you're watching it and you're like, hey, I've always wanted to be a ref. I think that'd be a cool job.
Right.
So
and we do have people that sometimes will just come and they'll just watch. Hey, you mind if I come by and watch and check out your school? I had one student, I want to come check it out. Literally the next week came back. It was, here you go. He just wanted to come by one time, see how see what goes through how to be a wrestler, and literally he was like, okay, I'll be back next week, and sure shit he was.
Yeah.
Came back, money in hand, bam's here you go. I'm like, all right.
Because I think people get the misconception too, because when you think of wrestling school, what most people think of is the performance center.
Yeah.
And those guys and what they do and everything. And it's it's not like that. That is for, I know you guys do stuff with people that have been in the business. But,
right.
This is for people that if you've never stepped in a ring, it's something you've just wanted.
I mean, this is even for people that have stepped in the ring. We do have things like case in point. Bobby's now a part of my school. Bobby Bates, he is now a part of the school.
Right. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He came by last week, totally unannounced. He's been because you've had conversations with him.
Yeah.
About coming in, and he just popped out of nowhere last Thursday. So he was super excited. Oh my god, this is what it is. I was like, yeah, dude. He was almost like a kid. And he's like, oh my god, this is so awesome.
Just be careful. Watch out for him. He'll attack you from behind.
Yeah.
Throw you into garbage cans and shit like you did
right.
It only happened once.
But we're not just for people who want to be we're established guys that are around here. Oh, hey, I want to come, get some ring time, case in point with Bobby. He's like, oh, I need some ring time or whatever to do this. Sure, come on down. Discounted rate for, established wrestlers. Sure, come on down.
What better of a teacher, too?
Ben's freaking awesome, yeah.
I mean, you're learning from, one of the best.
Oh, sure. 17 years in the business.
Yeah.
3 years in OVW, sure.
Because
one of the best in the business,
I said this to your students. I was like, the thing with Ben is, he's a straightforward guy. He doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Oh, really? He really is,
If you mess up a spot and you did terrible, he's going to tell you.
Sure.
And he's not going to tell you to make you feel bad.
He's going to tell you
He's going to tell you to
so that way he does it right.
So you do it right.
He'll do,
and there's a lot of people that, okay, well, that was close enough.
Oh, no, he'll be like, no.
Ben is not like that, and that is what you want from a teacher in that industry. Is somebody who is going to make sure
it's good that you brought it up because he does the same thing during training. Okay, this is how you run this segment here, and he'll do it. Maybe you get one guy to screw it up or whatever. Nope, we're gonna run it back again till you freaking till you do it right. No, you do it this way with the hand here, arm here, do it right. Like last night we were doing pin drills. One of the guys did a small package or whatever and kind of messed it up a little bit. I mean, they rolled, but they kind of screwed. It's nope, we're gonna run it again. Yep. You do your arm here, do this here, whatever. Boom, that's how it is.
Ange?
Because also, besides the entertainment value, you also have to also put in consideration the safety value of each.
Oh yeah, sure.
So if you
sure, the name of the game is beating the hell out of your opponent, but at the same time, you have to protect him too,
you have to
and vice versa. Like he said, it's a dance. You gotta watch out for each other, make sure nobody gets hurt, whatever, all that stuff too.
Absolutely.
But no, since he's been, come on, he's been, phenomenal job he's been doing.
Oh yeah, and it truly is, going back to the beginning of the show, reflective in the students.
Yeah.
Watching those two teams wrestle, if
sure, you could tell if
they didn't announce it was students,
yeah,
I really don't think people would have known it.
You really think you would have thought it was a regular match? Because I had people coming up to me, oh my God, your guys did good. Like not one negative comment the entire weekend. No. Like on our Facebook page, I even had people even message me, guys did great. People coming up to me at the table, awesome job. Actually, a couple people were I think one of the Immortal ones that they shared were like tagged me as like, oh, are they going to come back to on the show in June? I was like, dude, we did one match. Now people are like, yo, we want to see him again.
That's and that's the key.
That's the key.
Yeah. So
and we do believe if we're going to run it again, we're and the possibility we might do it again. It's there. Yeah. It's not official yet, but if the boys can do the same thing they did last time, sell their tickets, do what they had to do, and get on the spot. I think we're going to run it back again, rematch.
Right. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about doing like a rematch. Just like, now we have a chance to build a story.
Yeah.
Okay. These guys, good guys went over, whatever, yeah, now it's time to, let's do the match again, tweak it a level, whatever, do this, and that. So they
you also had one of your students in the Rumble match, too.
Yes, yeah, Brother Jonas. Brother Jonas, who I was mad about because he didn't last long in the Rumble. But, hey, he got a spot. He got his chance to shine in there. It is what it is.
I feel like
he got the opportunity.
I would like to hang out with Brother Jonas.
Brother Jonas is awesome.
He seems like
he's a good dude,
he'd be a fun guy. Or even a fun guy to hang out with. Some mushrooms and just stare at his outfit for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
but no, he's a really great guy. Like he's another one who
great guy.
Took a hiatus. Like a couple of the guys took a hiatus for a while. Life happens. I get it. Mm-hmm. Hey, dude, I want to come back and he was on the Jericho cruise or whatever, and I guess he got that spark to oh, hey, maybe I can. Because he's 39, so he's like. I'm not really looking to go to WWE, but doing something, but do it for fun, see where it goes.
I've also known him for a long time.
Oh, have you known him for a long time too?
Yeah. And he is actually in the back. I think he's probably.
Oh no, he's transformed his body tremendously. Yeah.
He's the most cut he's probably ever been.
He is, yeah.
So he's ready to go. I
think.
And
he's now with the guys, you can if you look at the photos on our Facebook page, you can clearly see one of the comments is, oh, you had a full house. Now it's starting to. Yeah. Pick up more steam, and John's kind of you could say the locker room leader type, because he's he's seasoned compared to everybody else in my school. So like we were talking yesterday, he was messaging me, he's you don't mind if I was no, dude, go right ahead. If you want to be the locker room leader type, by all means, go right ahead.
Right.
Teach these guys or whatever, stuff like that. It's. I mean, it's cool. Literally, I was telling people close to me 6 months ago, I was ready to close up shop.
Right.
I was ready, business wasn't, there. I was to say to hell with it. I was ready to just give up, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Because my guys get to wrestle in front of almost 600 people. It's probably the biggest crowd they've ever wrestled in front of their entire life.
Yeah.
Because Ty was in a battle royal out towards Albany a couple years ago. That was maybe 200 at best.
Yeah.
Right.
So now they just really wrestle in front of almost 600 people.
Yeah.
Their first match.
Oh, yeah.
And the Stomper Brothers, those guys are only 18 and 19 respectively. So.
Yeah. And they're,
most people, they work in a business, they're 18, okay, we'll wrestle in front of 20, 30 people or whatever. These guys wrestle in front of nearly 600 people.
Yeah.
It's
and that's
amazing.
Lucky for them.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Their hometown, they get to wrestle
it's literally their backyard.
It's crazy.
Because they're all from, majority of my students are from Rome.
Yeah.
Ty's from Utica, Bobby's in Utica. Everybody else is pretty much spread out in Rome. So they got to wrestle right in their backyard. You can't get no better. You can't get any better than that.
Grasshopper literally lives 30 seconds from there. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, they all live right out in Rome. It's nuts.
Yeah. But all right, so that is it for today.
Yes.
And we will be back next week where, like I said, we're going to be going over more of the show.
For next week.
What?
Uh-oh. Can we start the show with you getting kicked by Sarah?
Come on! Why?
Because it would be a morale booster for.
Oh, jeez.
Why? Because Joe is going to want to see it too? No,
probably. He's not here. He didn't see it. I mean, he was there, but
he got a front row seat. Have him right in front of him.
But seeing it through your eyes originally, but then watching it again and again and again and a few more times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that you take pleasure in my pain.
You're lucky I don't. Actually, you know what? I do know people that can audit or edit video, so I might send it off to them and see what fun they can do.
Oh, come on.
Oh, jeez.
Have it one of those things where, like, they just keep,
Oh, they loop it, like, over and over or something like that? Yep.
It's like, ooh.
Wet.
The noise. Zoom in on Garrett's face once in a while. Just that just stunned.
The stunned look and just show it over and over.
So can we start with that?
No, Sean, we're not going to start a new chant called Get Garrett Kicked. We're not going to do that.
No, Sean,
let Garrett fight is much.
Yeah, let Garrett fight much better.
Much better.
It does,
So just always remember, let Garrett fight.
Yep, that's
it
right.
will follow you around forever.
All right. Well, Craig, thanks for coming on, man.
You're welcome. Appreciate it.
And,
appreciate being here.
Yeah, we'll
come on by every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 to 9. Right out in Oneida, right across from Denny's.
All right, sounds good.
Todd time.
Birthday parties.
The Drive.
Oh yeah, sorry. Birthday parties too.
Yeah.
I don't do birthday parties at the Drive. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a birthday party.
We do them right at the school too.
No.
There's a cake involved, but you don't want to know what's in it. So.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So.
You won't leave the same person.
Yeah. So all right, we'll see everybody next week.
Later.
And sports entertainment, it's the real to you, damn it, you support who's your favorite. Talking AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, and all the greatest. Your top 5 general live, the broader stages, like WrestleMania, all in and all out. NXT takeover, what the business about. Putting fans in the stands and the millions at home. Like The Rock versus Stone Cold was stealing the show. Wrestle Fandom Radio and Disruption Network with Dippin' Donuts. ICW, we make fanatics flipping go nuts. Every time we're live at local shows and it's a bonus. We're family friendly, all the growing ups and kids condone us. We're dedicated to bringing you all the top news. Ain't no dirt sheet, this ain't rhetoric, we do not snooze. No speculation, we're just bringing them facts. Ain't no storyline of fiction when I spit on these tracks. It's Wrestle Fandom Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and